Welcome to the Prescott Home Value Report through August 2023, brought to you by the Prescott Pickle Lady, Diane Bro, Realtor. As you can probably tell, I am not the Pickle Lady. This is me down in the bottom right-hand corner. My name is Randall, and the Pickle Lady brings me out once a month to play with my numbers. So, our first chart, as usual, median price per square foot in Prescott, and we are dead even with last year. So last month, a little red line was a little above the blue line. Red is this year, blue is last year. Each of these dots represents the median price in that month. Last month, red was a little above. Now we're just dead even. So we've been saying a while that prices are going to be flat. And they're flat. It'll be interesting to look at next month. In the month of September of last year, we had a little bump here, which was immediately taken back. So it'll be interesting to see if we have a bump this year. I'm betting we don't. So we may see negative appreciation next month. Don't worry about that because this little blip was just kind of a one-off. I said it at the time, and it's gonna go away, and it did. So if we don't get a bump this year, not a whole lot to worry about. Once again, prices are flat, and oddly enough, transaction volume also dead even with last year. You can't even see the red dot; it's completely under the blue dot. All right, so I should explain. Each of these dots represents the number of transactions in that month. Once again, red is this year, blue is last year. I just get excited. We are dead even. So for a while, our transaction volume was low. We are right back in the saddle here. Last month, we had a little blip. It was interesting to see where it was going to go. Well, guess what? It's coming right back. So transaction volume right in line with last year, right where we think it should be. And prices are flat. Moving on to Prescott Valley. Same song and dance. Reds this year, blues last year. We've been running kind of this little gap right here for a while. And then all of a sudden this month, boom, we are back up where we were last year. So almost negative 1%. So back where we were pretty much last year, and transaction volumes are actually above what they were last year. We kind of crossed the border. We were dead even in July. Now we're a little above. So we're doing pretty well in this area of the world. So we're looking at a buyer's market, seller's market. The way we answer that question is what we call the pending ratio analysis. This is for the city of Prescott. What we do is we take the total number of homes that are on the market, which was 568. Of those, 106 of them were already pending. 106 is 19% of 568. So our pending ratio for the city of Prescott is 19%. You look up 19% in our handy dandy color chart here, and it tells you that that is a strong buyer's market. So we're about as close to a buyer's market as we can. It's a strong buyer's market. It's right on the cusp here. It's been there for a couple of months now. The inventory, this is the inventory. Last month, I think, was 572 or 74. So it's dropped 2 months in a row now. Small drops, but it's dropped 2 months in a row now. So our inventory is still not where we're used to it being, and it's dropping slowly. So we'll see where that goes. If you break this stuff out by price point, this is the chart that you get. So the blue bars are transaction volumes, and this red line is the pending ratio broken out by price point. So not a whole lot going in the 100s and 200s, 200,000s in Prescott these days. So those are basically, you just ignore those. Generally, you see this chart kind of go down sort of to the right, and it sort of does that. buyer's market, and then it drops. And you would expect that. As the price points go up, it tends to become more of a buyer's market. And it does that until you get the 800s. That's an extreme buyer's market. 900s also extreme, but 1 million above is just strong. Not quite as extreme. So kind of a classic curve as we would expect, except for this little tail here, which is kind of interesting. How long does it take for homes to sell? Well, the answer to that is 4.7 months. It takes 3.9 to get us to a contract and about a month in escrow. This went down about 3 weeks. I think it was 4.2 or something. Went down about a third of a month and a week and a half maybe. So we're to contract just under 4 months. Moving now to Prescott Valley, same song and dance. We're doing our pending ratio, 302 homes on the market. I think that was, again, a little bigger than that last month. Dropped just a little bit. Of those 302, 90 are pending. That's 30%. And 30% is a balanced market, but it's marking it down as 20. That's probably a rounding error. So we're right on the cusp between balance and a buyer's market. Prescott Valley's been a balanced market for several months now, and it's dipped just a little bit lower. Still pretty much a balanced market. Breaking things out by price point, there are no 100s, and I think there's all of one 200, and so just kind of ignore those. I think that's the one home that's in a 200s is pending, so that's a pending ratio of 100%. That's why it's off the chart. This kind of goes down as we would expect. And then once again, things get weird when you get to the higher end price points. 700s almost balanced, 800s balanced. Would really expect to see those all the way down here. But I think that you're seeing a lot of people from the Prescott market moving into the Prescott Valley market for some of these higher end homes. And once you get into the 900s and millions, very little of that going on in Prescott Valleys. I wouldn't pay too much attention to those dots either. How long does it take for homes to sell in Prescott Valley? Answer that, 3.8 months, 2.7 to get to a contract, and a little over a month in escrow. This was about 3 last month, so that's dropped about the same amount, a few weeks, like 2 weeks in Prescott Valley. So our highlights, Prescott prices are down from last month, 3%, but we are even Steven. Had a similar drop last year, so we're even Steven year over year at 0%. Prescott Valley prices are down 6%. Year over year, we're at negative 1%. Prescott volumes are running even with last year. Prescott Valley volumes are running even with last year. Prescott is at a 19% pending ratio, which is a strong buyer's market. PV at 30, that's a buyer's market. And homes are going under contract in about 3.9 months in Prescott, 2.7 in PV. Look, if you like this kind of stuff, we got lots more for you in the Prescott Home Value Report. This is just a summary. We go into specific subdivisions and just a whole bunch of stuff. So lots of slicing and dicing. So I would encourage you to download that report and get it in full. We update this report every month, but it is not the only report we do. We also have what we call the Appraiser's Eye View, which is the last 6 months of the latest comps. And it's broken out by subdivision. In fact, Prescott Lakes, we break it out by neighborhood. So it's very detailed. This is an example of what you'll see in the chart. This would be a subdivision. It's sorted by price per square foot, the number of months that it took the home to sell, square footage, the year it was built, how many stories, how many acres, and whether the listing agent is reporting the home having a view or not. Using this, you can look at all the different comps that occurred. You can see the average down here. So using this, it's a really good tool to figure out
what you should be paying for a home, or where you might want to price a home that you are selling. So a really cool tool. We even have a video which goes through how to use this information to come up with value estimates for homes.
We do a whole lot of tools like this, all of them really very cool for both buyers and sellers. And one thing I should point out is you can't get these from any place else. These are exclusive. You can only get them from the Prescott Pickle Lady.
And all of this is part of our page. We call it Prescott by the Numbers, or more commonly the Pickle page. So if you're on the Pickle page, you know the Pickle page. But if you're not the Pickle page, well, you should get to the Pickle page. And you do that by subscribing. We update it every month. If you subscribe, we will send you a monthly email update with the link so you can go download all the reports that you want. Even if you're not all that interested in getting every single month, just having access to these tools will give you a real leg up when it comes to the real estate game. I hope you found this informative and maybe slightly entertaining, and we look forward to seeing you next month.
Please take a moment to look below and find the button that'll take you to the Pickle page. We'll see you there.